This my nigga here. He's the bomb. Wait. What's up, Kamal? Oh, Kamal, my people rolling up. I forgot how early it is. What's up, nigga?
Good morning, Auntie.
Yeah, you still blind? Oh, how did you like that?
What's going on, y'all? Long time. I know it's been a minute.
I didn't mean like that.
Huh?
You know what I mean, nigga. You know what I mean. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, I see you come out. What's up, Jay?
Hey, what's going on, Auntie? How you been?
My other page.
I've been popping, man. I know you've been good. I know you've been good anyway.
I
don't even gotta ask.
Am I right to say that aren't you the guy that that said you like having sex with eating pussy while a woman's on a period? Did you say that?
I said I don't mind it,
Right.
and I'm not against it. So, like, I mean, yeah, when it's my woman, yes, of course. Like, what, I'm just, yeah. I'm a guy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not your typical guy, yeah.
But I've always liked you. You came down with me for a while before my page got, right? Like 2 years ago.
Right, yeah, and I found your new page. That's what I was saying. Like, I realized you had a new page. I was like, what happened to my auntie?
I know, right? So okay, now period blood. It tastes like nickels.
Right.
Don't it taste like pennies and nickels and shit?
Yeah, it does. Like some hard metal sometimes. Like it depends.
Well, hold on. Talent. Oh, let me say this comedian. He was a host when I was on Apollo 20 years ago. Are you here, your son? Are you here, Talent? Can you say hi? I just want to say thank you. He never says you're welcome, but I always say thank you, Talent. Is this nigga here? Let me see if he's. He might not be.
What's up, Talent? It's a funny dude right there.
Oh, he was the host when I won the Apollo. He was one in the component. He was nice. Oh, he was so fucking nice to me. I just want to tell him that. But listen, Jay, how you been, Jay Guns?
Same shit, just a different day. I really just celebrated my father's 3rd anniversary of him passing and shit on Friday. So pretty much been just kicking back, I had
Where's your
I didn't hear you. What'd you say, Auntie?
girlfriend?
Oh, still down south. She coming up this next week?
Are you with the same girl?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, nigga. Well, you keep with some pussy. I swear to God, nigga. I swear to God. But let me ask you a question. Since you're blind, how'd you meet her?
Well, me and her been together since before I lost vision. So, like, I mean, I'm only been blind now for going on 8 years. But when me and her met, we met back in like 2010, 2009, late 2009, early 2010. This was after about like a year and a half after my son was born.
How'd you like?
It was pretty dope. I mean, it was funny though, cause like, okay, check this out. So this is how it happened.
It was pretty dope. Do you know what you said?
It was pretty dope how me and her met. You know what I mean? Like, I say that, cause when we first got together, like shit, she was with somebody at the time. I was, trying to get with one of her friends, cause we had just like linked up, and I got snowed in. We was, caught up in a snowstorm up here in New York and shit. So boom, we was kind of snowed in for the night. My hair laying down, my hair was kind of funky. It was itching. And I was watching cartoons. We was just laying down watching cartoons. Like, her grandmother had already went to bed and all kind of shit like that. We was just chilling. You know what I mean? And she was, scratching my hair for me. And as you know what I mean, I didn't never say anything about it being a turn on, but it was a turn on to me. So like, it started from there. And afterwards, like we kind of like sat down and said like, yo, listen, I don't know what's going on. I think you may have to tell yours and I'm gonna have to tell mine. I'm like, yo, of course, like no problem. I just went straight out and told mine, and she had to kind of like break it to him softly. And I'm like, man, listen.
Wait, I'm asking you, how'd you get blind? I don't care about her.
Oh, how did I lose okay, so yeah, well, I'm sorry, I lost track of what we were saying. I didn't catch all of it. But no, what happened is I was dealing with a situation with spinal meningitis. Early in my life, I was born with a weak immune system. So like at this point in my life, you know what I'm saying, I was aware of that. But it was a situation where when I got out of jail in like June of 2014, right? So I come home, and my girl at the time was staying in a fucking trailer park. So we was in this little 2-bedroom trailer, you know what I mean? Little small shit, but
Where was that? Where was that?
I was in Georgia, South Georgia.
Your white girl?
Out in South. No,
Oh.
no. I was actually with she was half black and she was half black and Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like what happened is like we got into this crib, we were in the trailer, whatever, whatnot. One of her friends was actually white, so that's kind of where that came from. But we were basically the trailer had like black mold in the interior lining of the house and shit. So I didn't know. And I got sick. That's how I got sick.
Oh wow. What? And that's how
so that's how that whole shit happened. I was, we were pretty much just moving in, so we didn't have nothing really. We had mattresses. They were on, sleeping on the floor type of shit. We had to kind of build into that, So it wasn't no big deal, but at the time I was just like, damn. And then, of course, like out of nowhere, it started like headaches, really, really bad headaches and shit. So like, I just thought nothing of it, take a couple pills here, bomb, I'm good. Nah, that shit didn't work. Fucking, it started getting worse. So for the most part, as the weeks went on, the shit just kept building up, getting worse. So finally around like fucking 4th of July that year, I went to the hospital. The day before that, went to the hospital, calcium, they said my calcium was low. Okay. When they took me home, they brought me home or whatever at the day after. I go home, spend Independence Day. 3 days later, I'm back I go back to the hospital because this time I fall. I literally was on my way to the bathroom and just like I felt like it's like when you had too many and you're trying to walk your ass back to your room by yourself, type of shit. So like, yeah, it's one of those motions that you see yourself doing while you sitting there doing one of these the whole time walking home. Well, at this point I couldn't hold up myself and I fell. So my girl calls the emergency room. She gets me there. We arguing and all that. It wasn't me and her arguing, but we arguing with the motherfucking administrators that are admitting me into the hospital because they're still trying to like curve this shit off. Meanwhile, I'm in this motherfucker feeling like I can't even I'm sitting in a wheelchair, can't even feel like I sit my head up. You know what I'm saying? Like I just couldn't do it. Like I was leaning over it, in the wheelchair, with resting my head and my knees, kind of like just like really like feeling pain. Couldn't move. My head felt like I was like sitting underneath a brick wall.
Wow.
Like literally like sitting underneath a brick wall with your head crammed under it, you know what I mean? And just somebody underneath there putting, more pressure on it with a sledgehammer, you know what I mean? It was really, really bad.
Could you still see at that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just really, really hard for me to open my eyes. It was hurting. Okay. It hurt for me to keep my eyes open at that point. I was really, really in pain. And what was going on was they basically said when they finally did a CT scan on my brain, they said I had a lot of fluid buildup and it was crushing my optic nerves.
Wow. Was you able to
so
that?
I could have, but what problem was the hospital that I tried to sue the hospital. They said you have to sue the doctor. Okay, so I found the doctor. I tried to sue the doctor. Oh, well, because the hospital's bankrupt, so they're run by a different company now. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, well, what about the doctor? I have the doctor. You know what I mean? Oh, well, we don't know if we can win this case now because, what?
Jay, let me ask you a question.
The statutory limit was 2 years. I filed in the first year and within the year and a half, because it took me 4 months to get out of the hospital, out of hospice care, because I was in hospice care treatment for like 3.5, 4 months. And the only reason why
I said, so from the black mold of an infection went to your brain, and that's how you lost your sight. Is that what you're saying?
Right. That caused spinal meningitis.
So, what's your sight now? You completely blind or legally blind?
Completely, 100%. Yep.
Wow.
So baby, what's been the transition? Well, let me ask you this: what have been the benefits of you losing your sight?
You mean the silver lining, so to speak?
No, the good things about going blind. What's been the good things about losing?
The good things about being, that's what I said, the silver lining. So the silver lining to it is, for me, is just the fact that I got to meet Fat Man Scoop for the, on the IG stream. He and I speak regularly,
What? Wait.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, nigga.
I met him.
Hey, hold a second.
I found you through the friggin' Fat Man Scoop. So, Auntie.
I'm trying to be deep and spiritual. This nigga talking about he met a mother.
Well, no. I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying it in that sense either, because I was gonna get to that. But that to me comes naturally because of the fact that I grew up with religion. You know what I mean? I grew up in the spiritual realm of life, and I feel like, that's something that's a no-brainer. God has always guided me to be,
Wait, Jay. You can hear. You can't see, but you can hear me. Now listen.
Right.
I said, what is the benefit you got from losing your sight? Is it always a good thing?
Yeah.
You said meeting
Yeah.
Fat Man Scoop. What has he done for you?
Right.
What has he done for you lately, nigga? What's he done for you?
It ain't that he done anything for me. Just the fact that he accepts me as somebody that he say he knows. He say I know. Like, that's enough for me, because it's enough for me. It really is. Like, I don't ask for much.
Well,
I'm not here and God gives me everything I need, because I accept him for everything he's done for me. The fact that he kept me in my brain together so that I can maneuver through life the way I've been doing, like, for the last almost 8 years. You see what I'm saying? Because
there you go.
that's but see, you got to understand, I don't have to say anything about that. God shows you through me what I do.
Listen, what I see when you said that, you know what? You might be right. You might be. I probably expected.
See,
no, you're right. You're right.
You expected me to mention that first. I get it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I do understand that part, because acknowledgement is always the first thing.
Okay.
And
you are right.
Truthfully, he knows I acknowledge him first thing in the morning. But what it is to me is
Fat Man Scoop. What are you talking about? Who's he?
No. I'm not talking about Fat Man Scoop on this.
He acknowledged God.
Oh, he's a.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, no.
The Most High is always the first to be acknowledged. I just may have not said it in that sense in the beginning.
I'm not talking about God.
And maybe I asked him.
Can you hear me? I'm not talking about God.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about spiritual, but when you talk spiritual, I say I speak God.
Let me say this.
Because I think God.
Can you hear me or something? Is there a delay or something? You can't hear me?
I can hear.
No, I'm listening to you.
Are you blind? Are you deaf too, nigga? What I'm saying?
No.
Listen, Jay. I probably assumed that you would answer differently. You're right. My expectation was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I put you in a box, and I apologize for that. I just assumed, because I know that being blind or losing something, there's always something you gain. I know that when you they always get something back. And I probably was assuming or postulating that even though you lost your sight, you may hear better, which you probably don't, or you may smell better.
Oh, I do.
Or you may eat pussy better, or you may feel people's energy better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff enhances. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay. So yeah, well, in that sense, yeah, that's I believe that to be true as well, because I actually do I do have a very sharp sense of hearing. I heard what you said. I just interpreted the question wrong. I'm sorry.
No,
so
I'm the problem. Trust me, I'm the problem.
Nah, Auntie, you good. It's all good. And just like I said, yeah, it has been a large enhancement. Although I have not just had to suffer through just being blind, because there also was nerve damage there too. One of the major things that meningitis is known for doing is it causes a lot of like nerve damage as well, almost due to the fact of how it affects the body. Um, but not like it definitely for me, you know, has been a lot of enhancements, so to speak. So like I hear a lot of things a lot more. I do feel energy a lot more clearer than most people would using sight. So when people come around, I can always anticipate crazy feelings like if
Really?
this person don't seem like good energy to
Uh-huh.
me, like he just fits wrong. It feels wrong. Something's not right. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right, right,
I
right.
get that. I get those. Yeah, I definitely still get that. And a lot of times it comes from like even the undertones of people's voices for me.
Uh-huh.
Like I can hear through person's voice that yeah, this person just does not, you know, he does, you know, or she does not fit that positive vibe or that peaceful realm of like they want to come here to be nice or they, you know what I mean? They have a problem. There's something wrong. Their energy is off. Something, you know what I mean,
I'm glad,
does not fit right in this picture.
I'm glad you said that because you know somebody just commented, honestly, you are coming off insensitive with this person. That's cool to me. Now, people who know me know I don't fuck with nobody
No.
unless you and I do. Now, Jay, you've been fucking me for
Unless we done hit before,
so.
yeah.
What's my energy like? Is my energy insensitive to you, Jay? Tell me. What's my energy like?
Now you
I
good, Auntie.
tell you.
I'm used to it.
My
I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. I'm used to that kind of shit personally.
auntie nigga, tell me.
Insensitivity, even if that was insensitive, like that's nowhere near what I've done, what I've had to go through in my life. So like,
I
what
done
is a question? What is a
heard,
statement? What is people saying words?
I done heard you say something.
You
I
know?
heard you with this nigga one time a year or so ago. He was trying to come for you. You lit that nigga up. I remember that.
Yeah, like some people just need to know.
Tina, I gotta get me something to eat, man.
Okay, bye. I love you.
I
Bye.
love you too. I'll see you later. I'm gonna come back on.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
That's my people. I've known him for about 30 years.
Okay, okay. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like people, some people just need to know. Like I hate when people feel like, you know, it's always got to be one way or the other. Like that's like when somebody when somebody came to me at one point and was trying to like argue the fact that I'm, you know, lying about being blind. Like I have actually been blocked off of people's, you know, streams
Yeah,
because people thought that I was lying.
I remember. I remember that. I remember that. Oh, listen, somebody
So I
had
mean,
the question. No, no, no. He went to a dirty trailer park, and he had mold. He was on the floor on mattresses. It was filth.
yeah,
It was a mobile home, a trailer park. That's why I thought it was a white girl. That's my stereotype. But
nah.
a clean house is will keep you from being blind.
Yeah, I mean, and always make sure you protect, you know, protect yourself by paying attention to everything. You know, just pay attention to everything because you never know. You know, ask questions if you don't. You know, just so you can find out because you never know what you're dealing with, especially, you know, coming even to somebody's house. You know what I'm saying? Like
So,
you have to understand, like certain shit is
can you tell the different denominations of money?
Usually what I do, I don't really work with currency.
Um,
Like I don't really work with cash in hand. Like I'll go paperless on that notion for that because of the sake of like just trying not to play myself on the streets. Cause I'm still rocking around in the hood. So, but what I do, cause I do spend cash at the weed spot, you know what I'm saying? So what I do is I make sure I get exact cash only for certain things.
right.
So whatever I'm holding, I know exactly what I have. However it came to me, and if it was given to me by the trusted sources, it should be, which is convenience stores and banks and different outlets like that that do distribute you hand cash. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the more trusted sources. Anybody else? I'll cash app you some money.
You got a
You know what I'm
dog.
saying? Like I'm not giving you no cash in hand.
You got a cane. You got a dog. What you got? How you get around?
I got a cane.
You don't want
Yeah, I
a
got
dog?
my walking
Dog?
cane. I do, but I'm kind of like in a situation now where I have to like kind of work a little more on myself to get, everything back to par, because they did the first exam like back in early 2019, and basically I didn't pass. So they were like, well,
Oh, you mean test for the dog?
yeah, they test me before they bring the dog in to sit in the whole picture. I have to go through a 6-month training course if I get accepted, and at that time
Oh,
it was so early in my mobility. Yeah, at that time it was still early in my mobility training. I had just started my mobility training classes in 2018,
okay.
and I was still just getting used to doing stuff and moving, walking across streets and stuff like that on my own.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After being blind 4 years prior and going through down south and literally having to deal with Georgia on that will to work bullshit. So I had to deal with that situation. They were not trying to teach me anything unless I agreed and had my doctor agree that I was going to go back to work.
Okay.
And at that time I was completely disabled.
Do you know
I was labeled completely disabled.
Do you know Braille?
No, I don't. I can't read Braille either because I have, like I said, I have the nerve damage and it's in my hands.
Oh,
So my neuropathy is really bad. Like it's not even in addition to the fact that I'm a diabetic.
Oh, listen,
So
someone talked to you about, because I saw you on live eating something one time. But you was on somebody else's live.
Eating what?
It was some junk, some bullshit.
It probably was.
No.
Probably was.
About a year ago, I remember you was on somebody else's live, and that's how I'm gonna type it in. But I said, nigga can't see the shit, and the person wasn't gonna tell you. So let me ask you about your diet, nigga. What are you eating? Your smile is beautiful, beautiful.
My little gappy smile. I know it's all crazy gaps and shit.
It's beautiful. That smile is beautiful right there. Beautiful. I wish you could see it.
Thank you. I see. Listen, and it's funny because I'm still thinking to myself like, man, I want to get my teeth fixed like so bad, like, but I can't get the insurance to cover it. So
if you did my teeth, you want it blind. My teeth are horrible. But listen, I just asked you a question. I forgot. God damn it.
And we were talking about my health, and I said, well, you asked me what am I eating?
Diet? What'd you have for breakfast this morning? Let's go there. Let's go right there.
Really nothing. I actually am just drinking water this morning. I'm fasting.
Are you doing Ramadan?
Not Ramadan, more or less. It's similar to it, but
Okay, so what you gonna have for lunch?
I have no idea right now. I'm probably gonna just sit and sip some water and go, find some like fruits or something in my fridge.
You're a diabetic, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have you tested sugar this morning?
Yeah, it was high. It was unrated because I'm dealing with something right now with my blood sugar. I've been having a problem, and it has nothing. I don't think it has anything to do with what I've been eating because I'm gonna tell you. Let me listen. Let me just say and explain, because the reason I feel this way, because this started. This really just started. I've been a diabetic since 2018.
Exactly.
I think I said that, and my numbers, but see, that's what I'm saying. My numbers have been under control since then. I had a diabetic ketoacidosis moment in 2018. After that, when they put me on them needles and shit, I said, fuck you. I'm getting the fuck off of this. And I did. And I've made my health right. I started eating better and stuff and everything. I do. And I still eat better. All I drink is water every day.
Are you still taking diabetic medication?
I'm trying to get off of those. That's the problem now. Like, I have one pill I'm taking, and then they just had to put me back on insulin because of the fucking high numbers as of this year.
Oh God, I thought you were metformin. Your insulin is serious.
No, I'm not on metformin. Hell no, I'm not on the metformin either. I don't want to be on that shit either. Thank you. I pay attention to that as well. I'm not. You don't give me no damn metformin or nothing. I don't do none of that. I try to control my health.
Jay, are you on insulin?
Yeah, right now, as of
Okay.
right now, I just started it though. I just started it though because, like I said, I've been off the insulin for years. I have not been on insulin for years now, as of since 2019, when they first put me on it for the first few months, because then they realized I was not insulin dependent. I am still not insulin dependent. I'm just having an issue right now that they got to figure out right now because this is recent.
All right. All right.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, I take care of myself. Listen, this is not that I don't play about that shit. I've been talking with my doctors back and forth for weeks now about this shit because I'm not one of those dudes. I take care of myself. And I have people that also watch me too. Like, I have my family that come through, they help me, as well, but they don't stay. I live here alone. You see what I'm saying?
I'm listening.
So I make sure myself, I just try and do my best, and everything is not perfect, but I live under like a program housing right now. So this is like almost like a nursing home,
What
similar
state are you?
the way the
City
programs run.
What city?
Huh?
City are you in?
Albany.
Oh, okay. I'm registered in Albany still as a social worker still. I mean in New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know a lot of resources for people with all type of issues and disabilities. Issues again.
Hmm.
Um, are you connected with organizations for the blind where focus give you a lot of?
Yep. I'm with NABA right now. I'm actually with NABA right now. I actually got to go see them tomorrow, on Tuesday. I got another appointment with them on Tuesday. I just finished a work experience training program with them over the last couple of months where I was doing charity. I paid charity work over at the regional food bank up here. So basically, you know what I'm saying, from February of last month to just just this past Friday, I was working there a few hours a week. You know what I'm saying, just trying to get, work experience training, and then the Tuesday is supposed to be like an assessment day for me. That's why I got to go see them Tuesday
Right?
and do an assessment.
They got to get your treatment plan from the assessment, right? So
Hmm.
I'm getting ready to go.
It's got a good rapport so far. I mean, a lot of the managers and employees are really good people with me. That they really they were sad that I was even leaving the whole program because of the way I work. So like, it's not like I'm a stranger to work, but you got to understand. I told them that too. Like, it's not like I wasn't unable to do any of this stuff. This is just a recent situation that I'm trying to get adjusted to. Being blind is not something that you have an instant reaction to adjust to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you really have to, kind of like let the world embrace you and you embrace the situation and just adjust in natural formation, because it's always going to be something you're going to have to learn.
Right.
So for me, I don't even look at it no more as a situation of I know what I need to do. I just know the baseline of how I can, stand up and walk my ass to the fucking kitchen and go touch around for shit that feels familiar and find, the sources of what I need to
You
do what
cook?
I have to do in order to
Cook?
get,
You cook?
you know what I'm saying?
Do you cook?
No, I had a situation where I tried to cook and I almost burnt my house down in three different
I'm sorry, but
attempts. So I'm not even with it, like, at this point right now. I'm scared as fuck. I'd rather like try to like
what
call
were you trying to
somebody
cook?
and
What were you trying?
huh?
What were you trying to cook, Jay?
Well, I have used my stove, and at one point I was like, frying some, like some chicken.
You was frying.
I was frying some chicken,
Frying
and fucking, but I had a friend of mine with me at the time, but he left, and
He said,
I bumped the stove.
he said, I'm out of this motherfucker. Y'all's probably high.
Now, like,
Chicken.
the thing is, like, I did well on the cooking thing. Like, I just don't cook regularly because I'm still nervous about the whole, fire situation, because I already had one. I've had three, and I've been in all three of them. I was a witness to damn near all three of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first one happened
Jay, you got to.
on the stove. I was sitting there watching TV and the shit was going off. Oof, I smell it. Oh shit. It feel warm coming from my crib, but it was cold that day. So I'm like, I'm in the crib with the AC heat on. I don't know what the fuck going on. I just know it felt a little more warmer and it smelled funny. So I'm like, oh shit. But that's a new stove. You see what I'm saying? This was early in the years when I first moved in here. This is a brand new stove. Everything in this house was brand new when I first moved in here. Because this building had just opened up.
And you almost burned
You
it
know?
down. You almost burned it down.
Yeah. Hell yeah. From the first floor down.
Well,
From the first floor all the way up.
let me ask you, what would make you think you could put grease in a skillet and fry chicken? I mean, what was you aiming for?
Nah, to be honest with you, it wasn't even grease in the skillet. It was what it was like. It was the freaking the stove had what I did was I ended up bumping the stove. It was after I stopped. It was after I finished cooking because he didn't leave till after I left or till after I finished. You know what I mean? He was my friend. He left. He didn't leave till after I finished. So like, okay, he finished. You know, we sat down. I tried my food. I checked. You know, he checked it for me to make sure it was good and everything. We ate, but then he left. Okay, the knobs on the stove. All right, that was the whole situation. I kept bumping the knobs on the stove. So the knobs I hit the knob on the stove. Yeah, like I hit the knob on the stove and the motherfucker started to fucking like cooking the damn grease. There was no chicken in there, nothing. It was just cooking grease. And almost started a grease fire, damn near. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like we got it off in time and shit.
And, okay, and what's the other time you almost burned the house down?
The other time I almost burnt that same thing. It was the knobs, okay. But this time it was my coffee maker had got caught on fire. So the coffee maker was sitting on top of the back eye on the stove. I had just cleaned off the counter. All right.
How you know it was
Silly me.
How you know the counter was clean? How'd you know? How you know the counter?
I had wiped it down myself, and I wiped it down myself. I wiped it down, took a nice little towel to it, and dried it off, with the towel, and kind of wipe my hand across it. Yeah, that feels nice. You know what I mean? When you feel clean, you feel clean.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it's just me. When you feel clean, you feel clean. I can't always say it's clean, but I have people that do come in. They do inspections and stuff. So like a lot of times they tell me like, yo, you may have missed a couple of spots.
Right.
So at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a subject to saying anything that my shit ain't all the way 100%. But hey, I know I do my damnedest to make sure that my shit is organized and in the sense of
you're the bomb. You got a home attendant?
I actually just reassigned I just reapplied for it because I was supposed to have been moving last year, but as of this year, shit is starting to fucking see like last year anyway, so might as well reestablish.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I was actually supposed to be moving to Tennessee. That's why I had discontinued a lot of stuff that I had already going on. And it's kind of going to be a situation where I'm probably just going to just do that. Okay. And stick with my home attendance until said day of leaving, and then just go and transfer everything there when I move. You know what I mean? Because it just doesn't make sense. I did my waiver and stuff at my doctor's office, and then when it didn't go, when everything with the move didn't go through, I was just like, all right, well, never mind, no big deal. Like, let them keep it, and just in case, they can always renew it because they never put a date on it. I just have to sign, and confirm, let them know.
Question: how do you know when somebody's going live, and how do you request? How do you tell when I request you? How do you tell? Is it a voice?
Like, I don't know if you can hear that. My phone is actually telling me right now that my phone is going into deep sleep mode because a lot of apps that I haven't been using that are coming up. So I don't know. Like it's a setting on your phone. If you have a smartphone, anybody that has smartphones, a lot of people, even the ones that have like back in the days, the flip phones, they used to have like this setting for people who can't see. So it would be a accessibility sort of setting that you could access in the settings department of your phone, right? And this is any phone that you have, and it's mostly with smartphones. For example, let's go with the Samsung Galaxy. Like I have a Samsung Galaxy J7 Star, and I have a A12 A12, okay? Well, the phone we're on right now is the A12. All you do is go into your settings, right? Scroll down to the bottom where it says around general and all that stuff, and check in for where it says accessibility. All right. Accessibility is for people who are vision impaired or hearing impaired and have need of this access. So that setting just allows you to be able to, once it's active, you can, access it. A lot of people are weirded out once they get it because it'll turn on and then they'll start talking to you automatically about weird stuff. And then there's a weird way it works and you can't really do what you thought you could do on the phone. It's like when you touch the screen, it's supposed to go to this and it don't. It just, you have to actually do stuff, which means you have to sit down and listen to the phone.
Okay, so I like, when I was on, it says Auntie Gina sings. Does it say that? What does it say?
Right. Well, Auntie Ganazi is how it pronounces it because it doesn't pronounce whole, how you put the words, your name all together. So because it's all together, it doesn't clearly state it that way. It tries to make the whole word, all the words one word, basically. It tries to read it as one word.
Okay, Guns, I gotta do some laps. I love you, nigga.
All right, do some laps.
Reconnect.
Well, you too, Auntie. I'll talk to you later.
Right,